How would you define freedom?
How would I define freedom? That's a really tough question. So, freedom for me, I guess, is a highly individualized experience. I don't know that there's a general definition of freedom that everyone can agree on. So, for me, it's a very personal definition, and it means being able to love who I want to love and live the way that I want to live as long as violence isn't involved. And it's also my hope that other people can find that too. And it's a very personal kind of freedom, I guess you could say.
What do you do for freedom?
What do I do for freedom? Well, I am the editor at Bitcoin Not Bombs, and Bitcoin Not Bombs is an anti-war Bitcoin organization that came out of an alliance with antiwar.com, and we encourage them to start using Bitcoin as a response to the FBI spying on them, and some of the donors, losing their sense of security donating. So Bitcoin was very useful in solving that problem. And it also got me involved in doing charity work with Bitcoin and things like that. It's just a very useful tool. But I also like this quote from Albert Camus that says, you should live. I'm kind of summarizing, but you should live so free that your very act of existence is an act of rebellion. And so, as far as my work, I work with Bitcoin Not Bombs, and I participate in other activist stuff. But I like to just live as freely as I guess I personally can. So, and hope that others see that how happy I am and how how great true freedom, however you want to define that, is. So yeah, and I've always had a bit of a rebellious streak in me too. So
Why do you attend PorcFest?
I attend PorcFest because I like having good conversations with people. Really, I like a lot of the speakers and a lot of the events. There's a good variety of workshops and classes to take, like dance classes, really cool stuff like that. So I love how many things you can do, but I also love how many awesome conversations you can have with people. I miss a lot of the events because I get caught up talking with people about just anything you can think of. So for me, it's really a lot about those interactions.
What's your favorite part of PorcFest?
Let's see. Well, okay, so the interacting with people and having the conversations, but Buzz's Big Gay Dance Party is actually probably my favorite event because she works so hard to put it together, and it's just such an awesome party. And I think that the kind of Liberty space could use more humor and more kind of fun, lighthearted partying, or whatever you want to call it, or especially a sense of humor. So,
Why should folks at home consider coming for PorcFest 2016?
well, it's kind of an example of a lot of the philosophies that we already talk about put into action. So it's basically a temporary voluntary community of people who were buying and selling things without permission and bartering and sharing their skills, and you can just learn so much in a short amount of time. So I highly recommend everyone check it out, at least once. It's very different from other festivals because I kind of come from the music festival scene, which is really fun and which I still love. But there is a little more, I guess, structure here, and it is a slightly different vibe. And people are talking about really interesting, life-changing, world-changing ideas. And yeah, it's a great place to come and hang out with interesting people.